87, Young Greatness.
What's up with it, mama?
It's good to see you again.
Oh, man, I'm just chilling.
Last time I saw you was at the BET Awards.
Yeah.
Real Hitters Back.
Yep.
Was popping.
Crazy popping.
Now it's Moolah.
Moolah season.
So tell me about it. Now, apparently you made Moolah in like 10 minutes.
Well, I make all my songs in probably like 10, 15 minutes.
Must be nice.
Moolah was a special record for me because it shared like emotions about when you're going through adversity and how you could take adversity and make it, fun. Make it real summary. So I just wanted to make a song talking about going through a struggle to make, to get to your ultimate goal, making money fun again.
This is off the album?
Well, it's on. I released I Tried to Tell Him last year, July 24th, and that's when it came out. It came out on that mixtape, so that was one of the big singles off that mixtape.
Now you re-released it. Now it's the Reloaded.
Yeah, well, actually, I re-released the single after we dropped the mixtape. I put the single out, and the single just started taking legs on its own, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also releasing I Tried to Tell Him 2 next month.
Nice. Okay, so this is going to be good. What's going to be on it?
Oh, man, I can't tell you everything right now,
listen.
but just know I have a crazy record with me and Akon.
Oh, that's going to be nice. Now, he kind of helps manage you, no?
Yeah, Akon is my manager.
Well, that's nice.
Wonderful thing.
I haven't heard an Akon song in a minute.
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh.
Like, he got that old Akon feel.
Yeah.
That locked up Akon. I brought the locked up Akon out, Jeremy.
That's great. You were just talking about how the struggle and the things that you've been through. I thought it was crazy that you actually lived through Hurricane Katrina. And from my understanding, so you couldn't find your daughter for how long was it?
It's a memory that'll be stuck on anybody that's from Louisiana lives for the rest of their life.
Right.
But the you got to take some good from it, and the good that came from it for me is this. It actually gave me inspiration to chase my dream to get to the next level because tomorrow's not promised. I seen a lot of people lose their lives. Lost some family members, friends, lost their parents and stuff like that, grandmas and stuff like that. So to me, it wasn't a bad experience. It was an experience that I needed to help me get to this next level and take life a little bit more serious.
I read that and I was just like, wow. And so what was it about your daughter? She was missing for 2 months during Hurricane Katrina?
Well, during Hurricane Katrina, everybody was kind of displaced from their family members and stuff like that. So it just took a little minute before I could locate her and her mom. And they actually was in Houston in the same city with me, but it just took a little second.
Were you just...
Well, I knew they was okay. I just didn't know where they were. You know what I'm saying?
That's
because
so
the communication was kind of hard to find, your family and your friends. And it was like that for a lot of people that was in my family, and friends. It just took a little minute to start people getting cell phones again and, everything had to get started all the way over.
Then you went to jail, correct? For how many years was that?
Yes, I was in jail for almost 3 years.
What did you take away? The one thing that you can take away from that experience where you're just like, all right, and if there's something that you could share with other people, what would it be?
Sometimes in life, we make careless decisions based upon the pressure, that's put up on us. But, man, if you got faith in God, man, faith without works is dead. So sometimes we can't let life pressures force us into living a certain lifestyle and doing certain things. And I was younger then, I made a lot of premature decisions, which ultimately led me to going to prison and doing some time. But, through that time and me going to prison, I learned a lot about myself. I learned that, I was a very determined, focused young man. I learned that how to be patient and how to let, God's blessing manifest. You know what I'm saying? That's a very important thing in life. You know what I'm saying? You have to give God a chance to bless you. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes he'll take his time, just to see, where your faith at. You know what I mean? So that was one of the most valuable things that I learned, just how to be patient and also how to be humble.
Patience is really hard.
Yeah, it is.
So for everything that is happening for you, has it sunk in for you yet? Or are you more on the, I still got to keep working? Well, obviously you're going to keep working,
well,
but...
I mean,
do you enjoy the fruits?
I'm enjoying it, but I just still got to keep working. I got a lot of work to do to keep, to prove myself. I'm happy with the success of Moolah, but I'm not content with it. You know what I'm saying? Until I could sit here and you could say greatness. You have the #1 selling album in the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when I start smiling a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, walking around here feeling a little bit happy about my situation. But I am blessed and I'm appreciative of all the opportunities that's coming my way, you heard me?
What is the motivation behind it?
With me, I always wanted, like, of course, my family, my mom, my grandmother, my sister, her kids, them to feel, you know, like they have somebody who has their back on anything. That's how my father was. My father passed, you know what I'm saying, long ago. And he was the kind of person to where we knew that he had our back, no matter what it was.
It's nice.
So I just want them to just feel like we know if all fails, you know, Teddy got us. You know what I'm saying?
Which is rare nowadays for men to want that role because it's such a heavy role.
Yeah, I want that role. I love being, you know, I love that. You know, I've kind of been that. I played that role my whole life, so it's easy for me. You know what I'm saying? But I just want them to, at some point, be able to trust me and know that I had it back no matter what.
That's nice to hear that. So now let's talk a little bit as far as the influences. How influenced were you by like Juvie, Cash Money, No Limit, Master P? How was that?
The Cash Money era definitely had an effect on me.
All of us. Yeah.
A lot of people, you know, Juve is like an uncle to me. He always called me. If he have a chance to talk to me, he always give me advice. You know, he like, man, keep your foot on their neck, nephew. You right there. You close. You just got to keep on going. You know what I'm saying? So I have a great relationship with Juve. I had a couple conversations with Slim and Birdman. We cool from the conversations we had. They the same way. They like everything I'm doing for the city. You know what I'm saying? They wish they would have had a chance to be a part of my success and growing and going to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And I just respect, you know, Cash Money, No Limit, from doing what they did for New Orleans. And I'm just trying to do the same thing as, you know, bring our city back and put the city on the map.
If someone's going to New Orleans for the first time and they want to get the authentic feel to it, let's talk about food. Where should we go?
There's several places. Of course, you have to go get some seafood.
Yes.
So you have to go to Cajuns. Mm-hmm. You have to go to, we have a spot called Manchus. You have to go to Niao's. You have to go to Drago's. I could keep going all day.
This is great, though. This is awesome. Where's your favorite place?
Man, my favorite place is this spot. It's in the hood parts of New Orleans. It's called Natal's.
Yeah.
They serve like various dishes, gumbo, fish, macaroni and cheese, jambalaya, red beans and rice, steaks, mashed potatoes.
I'm so hungry right now. It is. Oh gosh, I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah.
I feel like one of my best friends growing up, she was from New Orleans. I think there's the culture. You could always feel it when someone's from New Orleans. You know what I mean? You could always tell.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's just something to be proud of. Obviously, you are very proud of it.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you?
I mean, man, just being from New Orleans, every time I go somewhere, people embrace me. You know, they just embrace me for some strange reason. And it feel good. You know, I have a lot of love for my city. My city showed me love back. I've been grinding for a while in New Orleans.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Since 2003. So, you know, this opportunity, you know, I feel like I deserve this.
Yes.
I worked hard for it. I took the long way out here. I mean, no easy way, no shortcuts, just pure grinding.
Yep.
So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be from New Orleans and representing.
A lot of people know how hard you grind. I remember when I saw you at the BET Awards, Meek saw you, and he was just showing you so much love.
Yeah.
Are other people showing you love?
Yeah, everywhere I go, it's getting
Really?
it's getting crazy and crazy. Like, I've been getting a lot of phone calls, like, man, from everybody. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the game. Some of the people I used to look up to. So it just feels good that, you know, I'm finally, people are paying attention, they listen to the music, and they looking at me on a different level right now. So
Anyone that shocked you?
I'm going to just be real. It's so many people.
Yeah.
All of them shock me.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, you feel like people not paying attention to your grind and your hard work. I mean, that's just how I felt about my situation when I got my deal. I felt like I wasn't getting noticed. Just nobody paid attention to me. And it just wasn't until I started moving around to where people started saying, oh, you from New Orleans, I know you, Young Greatness, you the guy that had this song. And I'm like, well, dang, all these people know me, but, you know, so it just take time. But I was kind of shocked, and I was very appreciative of every phone call I ever got. Nice. You know what I'm saying? Every shout out from everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, it's just crazy. But one of the ones that was most surprising to me, I was in a Ferragamo store, and when I walked in, I seen Busta Rhymes. But his back was turned to me, so when he turned around, he looked at me, And then he looked again, and he said, hold on, yo, are you the kid that made the Real Hitters back? I said, yes. He said, come here. Come sit down and talk to me. I've been looking for you for so long.
I could hear Busta say this, by the way. Yeah.
And he just gave me a long lecture, you know what I'm saying, about how talented I am, you know, how, you know, if I need him for anything, call him, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
You know, it was crazy, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I could call him right now and answer the phone.
That's dope.
So I really respect that, you know what I'm saying? Real talk, he's one of the pioneers in hip-hop.
I love that. I could hear Busta saying that. That's
he was saying, he was like, how your uncle be on Sundays, sitting down, eating food, watching the game, you heard me?
Yes. All right, so Young Greatness, this is my first time interviewing you here at Hot 97. So I do a Nest test, you know, the first times of different times of your life. So I'm just going to ask you a couple questions about your first times, okay? So when was the first time you heard your song on the radio?
When I really realized, I'm going to say it because I heard it like in spurts, but I'm going to say when I really realized that Moolah was gone, it was a hit, was when I first started tour with Kevin Gates. Every city we went to, because that's when it really was picking up. Like I heard it maybe once in New Orleans.
Right.
And maybe once in Atlanta. And, you know, it was just like, okay, you know. But when I started tour with Kevin Gates, every city we drove through, I was asleep, I was waking up, Moolah was playing on the radio.
Gosh,
crazy cities, like New Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, like Iowa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Places where they barely have civilization.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Green Bay. You know, we coming through Green Bay. It's 5:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
All my life I hustle.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is crazy.
This is great.
Who listening to Moolah at Green Bay? You know
They're
what I'm saying?
listening.
So, you know, I was, you know, it just made me, you know, I was excited. You know, it just showed me that my team believe in me and they're working, and the record is, you know, organically picking up. People love it.
Side note, how are the conversations between you and Kevin Gates? I'm picturing.
I mean, the conversations, you know, like, you know, two homies on the block,
Yeah.
you know, from Louisiana, just chopping it up. He gave me a lot of game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He one of them dudes who's very intelligent, and he going to give you the game that you need to get to the next level, because there's certain things people not going to tell you, and he just going to give it to you raw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the opportunity, him bringing me on tour and sharing the game that, you know, he shared on me, you know what I'm saying? But the whole tour, we worked our butts off. You know, we didn't even have time to do anything, because it was like bang, 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 bang. So, you know, I actually had fun. I look forward to going back on tour sometime, you know, in the near future.
The very first song that you ever memorized?
It actually wasn't a song. It was like a freestyle that I wrote. And I memorized it.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
How old were you?
I was 17 or 18. 18, just made 18.
What was the freestyle for? Did it have a name?
It was called We Need We.
Okay.
And it was about, back then I was more of a conscious rapper.
Got it.
You know, I started, like, I was kind of ahead of my time. I was very lyrical, you know, still with like a New Orleans accent. So everything had to make too much sense. I was always worrying about what a person gonna say, so I made every metaphor and punchline made too much sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to memorize it, because I did it like at a Tanner search.
Got it.
So, you know, it was crazy.
What was your very first big purchase?
I would say my very first big purchase. I didn't want to buy it, but my manager made me purchase an Audi truck.
Okay.
And he made me purchase the truck because I kept getting rental cars for like 2 years straight.
Oh, then that was good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
good.
I had like
Finally.
the same rental car for like 15 months.
Yeah.
And the people was calling and asking for their truck back.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, man, I ain't giving them their truck back because I was paying for it, but they wanted the truck back to swap out. But I had it so long and was paying for it so long. So he took some of my money that he had for me and purchased the truck.
Nice. How old were you when you had your very first kiss?
I want to say my very first kiss came, I was in the 5th grade.
5th grade?
5th grade. That was my very first kiss. Don't tell nobody.